We're back on Born B-4 64 with my really good friend Rick Pawlak. And you know, I love Ultimate Jet. You know that. I don't even
so get do to I.
Go. I don't even get
I live
to
and breathe it every day.
Yeah, and the funny part about it is I don't get to go. I don't go often on it, which I really would like to do that, and I probably could do that. And I'm going to do that. I'm going to Charlotte. I'm meeting somebody in Charlotte that'll start taking the roundup. But we need to go down there and do the racetrack because this is their biggest season, and I'm not really sure what the next race is at Charlotte, but we'll find out.
I believe it's coming up in September time frame. There's quite a few tickets sold already. There's a lot of Cincinnatians that are going down there for the race.
Right, that's good. That's good. And also, that's my birthday month. That's when I turn the big 7-0.
Well, see, that's your treat.
We should go. We should do that. That's right. And I love racing, and we've been covering racing for probably about 10 years. Wow. And that is a big deal to me. And I love, once you get down in the pits.
That's addicting.
It's addictive because we have the headphones and all that kind of good stuff.
I've never been, like I said earlier, I've never been to a NASCAR race, but I've been in the pits before the race and seen all the prep work that goes in before the race even starts. But every time the race starts, I got to be somewhere else, and I miss it. So,
one
of these days, I'm going to see the whole thing.
You need to see the whole thing, and you need to go to. Have you been to Kentucky Speedway up in the media center?
I have not.
Okay, well, that's my treat to you.
Next year, 2015, here we come.
I know, because that's the nice thing about being an expert on our show. And now you're our aviation expert, our transportation expert. Don't you love that? And what we've done this year, just to let you know, and I want those editorials, what we're doing is we've created a whole new program on Let's Just Talk and also Born B-4 64, where our expert sponsors actually put editorials up, and we really, really promote them.
Okay.
We want that to happen.
Well, I have 4 already written.
Well,
right
that's
there
great. I need them. So just send me some of the JPEGs, send me everything.
Yeah.
Right, because you're
photos
first.
To go along with it.
Yeah, you're first. Well, you sent me a bunch of photos.
Yes.
And we're using those, and we'll continue doing that. And we're doing a lot of social networking too. Okay. So now,
social
let me
networking, by the way, that's really important nowadays.
Well, I won't even talk about networking because you haven't been to our networking meeting in whatever time
I've been
frame.
too busy out there trying to promote Ultimate.
I know.
I don't even get to fly it much. I'm out and about so much talking to clients and making
You're
sure
here
things
4
are done.
days. Aren't you here 4 days a week and then you go home?
I am.
Has your family ever adjusted to that?
Well, they're migrating more down here throughout the year. I am down here about 4 days a week for work, but recently, though, my wife and kids, they've been coming down with me a lot.
Oh, that's good.
I would probably say they're down here 10 weekends a year now, which is great.
Right.
And so they get to experience a lot of Cincinnati, Northern Kentucky with me. It's fun.
Right. So, actually, are you going to the Reds games a lot while you're here?
I have.
You have?
Yes. I live right next to the ballpark.
I know you do.
I could crawl to the game and crawl back. It's great.
Right.
That's
so
nice.
anyhow, but you like that. That's nice, right? And you sponsor the Reds as well.
We are big sponsors of the Reds.
So you're going to get me tickets, right?
I could get you tickets.
Good. We need to do that because I'm a Reds fan and I love the Reds. And
they're great to us.
They are.
And the Castellini family is just top notch.
Right.
We're on the scoreboard, which we're pretty proud of that.
That's awesome.
It's a big deal, to be on the Major League Baseball scoreboard. Yeah. Yeah,
and you've been sponsors with them for a long time.
3 years.
And you can see it when you look up at the board. It's really cool. And Mr. Castellini, Bob is really a nice guy. I know him. Mm-hmm. Worked with the CrossFit Company and Castellini Company, and half my relatives work for him too. So what can I tell you? But and my mom used to be in the produce business, so it makes it really nice. And then every year they do a whole thing with retailers. I don't know if you know this or not.
I don't think so.
They do this thing with retailers where they bring all of the grocery retailers in, and they do a big expo show right there at the stadium, which is really nice.
I've never been to that.
You've never been to that?
Well, you got to invite me to that, too.
I invite you to that, don't worry. I just have to talk to the boys at Castellini and cross it, because that's who does it. So, but it's, do your kids like it here?
They love it.
Would you ever see yourself moving here?
I was just going to say we get asked a lot, would we ever move here?
Right.
And the answer is yes, we would love to move here. There's a few forces that are keeping us up there at the moment with family, and my parents only live 4 miles down the road.
And they wouldn't want to miss their grandchildren.
Yes, exactly. That would make them very unhappy with me at the moment.
Right.
And their school is great. The girls are doing great in school. They're doing great in their activities.
What grade are they in now?
They are going into 2nd grade, Mackenzie is, and Madison's going into 4th grade. So they're growing up fast.
Yeah, that's good. And you do a lot of things with them.
Oh, yes.
Which you're a lot like my son Jeff, who had 2 girls now that are going to Boise State.
Okay.
She's going to be graduating in December, and the other one's going to be a freshman.
See, before you know it, they're off to
gone.
college, and
now I still have
that's why I try to do a
four-year-old.
lot with them, because I know time's going by pretty fast.
Well, the unfortunate thing is that all of my children are in Phoenix and LA and San Francisco.
Okay.
And I have 14 grandchildren, so they're all over there, and I'm here. So I'm kind of like you are, stuck here. What can I tell you?
Well, thank goodness for modern transportation.
Right. Now tell me a little bit about the schedule from CVG. I know a lot of people want to know that. Mm-hmm. So can you explain that? Lunkin, I kind of pretty well know, but what's CVG?
CVG schedule is unique because it caters to our customers that are flying from New York and now flying from Chicago early in the morning. Before, when we just had Lunkin Airport, we would leave in the morning, then we would come back in the evening. Mm-hmm. There was not a good opportunity for our customers to get to Cincinnati, work, be productive without staying a couple nights.
Right.
Well, now by adding CVG to our lineup, New York leaves first thing in the morning, Chicago leaves first thing in the morning. So that way, our customers by mid-morning are back in Cincinnati. They could work a full day, stay a night, go back the next day.
The cool thing I found out about when I went to New York this last time, because I had to go a bunch of times because of a situation I had up there, business thing I had up there, we stayed in Morristown.
Morristown's great.
I love it.
Yeah.
And you can take the train in, and it's cheap.
Into Penn Station.
Into Penn Station.
Yeah. Yep.
And come back, and you can spend the whole day doing business, going back up, and it's lovely to stay there.
Oh, yes.
And one of my clients lives in Morristown.
Okay.
So I'm trying to get him to start flying and not driving down, and then he also lives in Sanibel. So half the year he's in Sanibel and half the year he's in Morristown. He's still working, too.
He's living right.
Right, he's living right. He does a lot of stuff in Columbus, but we're finding more and more people that I'm getting to know in Morristown, which is great because a lot of them are in the food business, and they come to Kroger's, or they come to P&G, or they come to wherever. And we're leaving. That's the reason why I wanted the box of magazines so I can give it to them. And
I would say about 60% of all of our flight of the customers, they stay in New Jersey, and the rest go into Manhattan. And a lot of people don't think that that would be the case.
Yeah.
New Jersey, there's a lot of business in New Jersey.
Oh, I know there is.
A lot of business.
And now let me ask a question. Every once in a while, you guys don't change airports, but if they have to do the runways or something like that, you still bring people in from the other airport. Did I get an email about that?
Yes.
Okay.
Morristown Airport's shutting down for 2 weeks. Yeah.
2 weeks, but it's just a short time.
Yeah. The resurfacing.
The resurfacing
the runways.
The runways.
Yeah.
And they do that once a year or something like that?
Well, I'm hoping this will be the last one. Because this doesn't affect us. It affects hundreds of their clients at the airport. And it's a necessary thing they need to do. But
and you came from...
But we fly then to Teterboro during
which is actually closer to Manhattan, believe it or not. Because it was really funny because last year when I flew up, I landed in Peterborough, and he had to come down from Morristown to get me, and then drive up to Morristown.
Yeah, it's about another 15-20-minute drive to Teterboro.
Right. So it's really not bad at all. I love it because you get really into Manhattan a lot faster.
Yeah, it doesn't affect us too much,
no.
Except for our customers that need to stay in Morristown. Then they got a little further of a drive, but they do a nice job keeping that airport top notch at Morristown.
Yeah, they do, and it's really nice here. What I love about Ultimate Jet is the way you accommodate people right before they get on the airplane. If they get there a little early, it's really nice.
Well, we're trying to bring the fun back to it. You know, there's a lot of angst when you travel anymore, and we don't want that. We want our customers to have fun right when they check in and have a nice lounge to relax in before takeoff. And the CVG facility, speaking of, we built a business center there.
Oh, you did?
It's really nice.
Well, I haven't seen that.
You haven't seen it yet.
I can't wait.
We already expanded that facility from when we started in the fall.
Right.
So with this new expansion, there's a very long table in front of the window, and you could actually see the plane pull right up.
Ooh, that's
And
neat.
you could plug in and charge your PDAs or computers, whatever you got to do, and then get on the plane and enjoy great service.
Okay. On that note, we need to give the website again.
UltimateAirShuttle.com.
And do you want to give the phone number?
Phone number for direct booking is 800-437-3931. And there, Monday through Friday, our reservation team take great care of you.
They're awesome. And on that note, we're going to take a short break, and we'll be right back with Rick Pawlak, Managing Director of Ultimate Air Shuttle, and Kathryn Raaker of Born Before 64. Right back.